What up, everybody? It's your boy Drew Dash here, back at you with another video for your busy. It's been a minute, so coming back to you with a little bit of difference. Kind of upgrading the setup. I got a mic now. Had some issues trying to set that up, but we'll get that fixed for the next video. But yeah, I'm coming to you with a new series. I decided it's just gonna be just clips that I've got, a compilation. We're gonna call it Delusionland or Delusion. I don't know. We'll figure it out. But yeah, so it's just videos of typical stuff. Women typically being delusional. So as you see, let's have some fun. Let's get into it. Let's make it work. And I'll stop the video here and there to react, but yeah, y'all know how it goes. So let's have some fun with it.
Cut their feet off before they hold another black man accountable.
Hey, baby girl, who held you accountable when you got
Black men
Okay.
will cut their feet off before they hold another black man accountable.
Baby girl, who held you accountable when you got pregnant by a married man that you knew was married already?
God.
You're in no position to talk about accountability.
Facts.
Stay in your lane, behave like a woman, and stop talking down on black men. I guarantee you that your life will get a little bit better. Peace.
Man, he destroyed her. Wow. I understand where she's coming from. Black men, we do need to hold our boys accountable. We do let our boys get away with some stupid stuff. But to be fair, women don't ever hold their dudes accountable, or don't ever hold their friends accountable. They let their friends get away with all kinds of stupid stuff. And I mean, Kevin Samuels, rest in peace to Kevin Samuels, made a living pretty much off of just showing the fact that women refuse to accept accountability. And when you don't accept accountability, this is what happens. And you get destroyed by, and that's crazy because he calls himself Cartel Samuels Jr. So shout out to him, man. He did his thing. But yeah, if you ain't in a place to be trying to, if you ain't got your stuff together, people gonna come for you. And if you messing with a married man, yeah, that's kind of take a step back and hold you, be a little bit more humble. So continuing on.
Let's look at Tristan Thompson. Tristan has a third baby mama.
Facts.
He was willingly sleeping with this woman unprotected.
Facts.
Nutting in her. Okay?
Right.
He knew what the outcome
Is that
would
my
be.
boy PNP?
Right.
But as soon as she got pregnant, he said, well, I'm not going to be present. So why are you even having the baby? So why are you having unprotected sex with a woman when you don't even plan on being present for a possible baby that could happen?
Okay, listen to this.
Like future.
That's my boy. That's my
go
boy.
ahead.
Poor Man
Talk
Podcast. PNP.
10, he has like what, 10
10
children?
on.
10.
God.
NBA young boy.
What? 10 on.
Yep.
All of them girls. So you have one sexually irresponsible man, but
Yes.
you have 7 sexually irresponsible women. Or in future's case, you
Yep.
said 10,
Facts.
9 sexually irresponsible women. Because why would you
Blaming the woman.
listen to this? If
Yep.
you're a woman, why are you laying down with the man that you know that does not take care of his children? Uh-oh.
Every man has a mother.
Got her right
Men
there.
are to blame for
My boy
oppressing
Sneako.
women. What does that say about the women who raised those men?
Whoa, that's a good one.
You are bad mothers. You don't know how to raise a man. You have no idea what men think. They're ruining the home from the inside out. So you don't know how to take accountability that maybe everything you believed is a lie.
Sorry about that.
Isn't saying you're 12 admitting
Look at them. They're all saying the same shit, chat. They all say the same shit. Stoic. I'm not going to be aggressive because then they're going to say, oh my God, why are you so angry? Let's just listen to the
Sneako going
whole
off.
shit they got to all speak.
No
Boy
one for improvement.
Sneako going off.
Oh, you got me. No, that doesn't.
Because, I mean, you
No, I'm not capable of anything wrong.
Is it universal scale? We're talking about like 20, right?
Right.
So there's always room for improvement. We just think highly of ourselves,
Yeah.
but there's always room for improvement. We just think highly of ourselves.
Well, isn't the first step towards improvement admitting you're not perfect?
Facts.
No, it just means that there's room to grow, right?
What?
It just means
Just justify all the horseshit you just said.
Speaking of accountability.
Girl, I didn't say we're perfect. We just said we think highly of her.
Speaking of accountability. Speaking of liking accountability. Man, when you like I don't even know what to say on that one. That one's crazy. Like, he just literally just showed you, like, yo, and they refuse to accept accountability. They're dancing around. Look like they finna go gold in the mental gymnastics. They finna go double, triple, pink diamond LeBron. I swear.
Of herself.
Okay, but how highly is too highly?
There's not a limit. There's not a limit. There's not a limit.
Too much.
Average broads.
There's not a level to where I think so highly of myself that it doesn't exist.
Yeah.
It's not there.
I think everybody should think highly
Yes.
of themselves.
You should too.
All the way
Yep.
on the outer space.
No, if you want to improve, you should realize where you're at. Men
Facts.
have to realize their value and that it does.
Facts.
They get to live in La La Land.
Way up.
Facts. One of my favorite things I ever heard somebody say was, I heard Rollo Tomasi say, women just are while men have to become. That is one of the truest things I've ever heard. If you don't believe that, that's on you. As a man, and as anybody, if you think that you don't have to improve, and you think that, oh nah, I'm just up here so I can think, like, that's fine. Have confidence in yourself. Think about yourself as being, wonderful and great. That's cool. Nothing's wrong with that. I have no problem with that. I have no problem with anybody having confidence in themselves. Confidence is good, but you also have to be realistic. And so many people are so overly confident nowadays that they get out here and they date, they get into the dating market, and they don't take a realistic viewpoint of themselves. I know where I rank at, right? I know where I rank at, and I know what I got to do to get to where I want to rank at. And even when I do get there, I might still not rank where I want to rank at, but I'm definitely gonna go down swinging. But the biggest problem with most people in today's world is they don't want to sit here and accept the fact that they need to work on themselves and they need to understand where they're at. And you can't understand where you're gonna get to until you understand where you're at. And that's the problem with many of the situations that I see when it comes to the dating market. Nowadays, social media has allowed women to think that they are so high and mighty and so highly above everybody that they don't have to listen to anybody, but they think that men have to come into the dating game already perfect. That's what I said. Women want you to accept them as they are, while they want us to come, as a finished package. And unfortunately, it don't work like that in most cases. Continuing on.
A lot of these girls be getting online and acting like they too good for a man with a 9-to-5.
Whoa.
Be beyond me, especially when they ask the reason why, and they get to talking about the
Pretty much you said what I was
flexibility in a man's schedule, as if entrepreneurs and men who work in different industries don't have busy schedules. What they say, if you want a rich man, get ready for a busy man.
Facts.
Yeah, because most of them be very busy.
Facts.
So where y'all got that these men be having these open schedules where they can just drop everything at the drop of a dime and just go fly out of the country with you because you decided you wanted to go to Jamaica on Monday and go to Egypt on Thursday, right? Like, just say you mess with drug dealers and scammers and keep it moving. Because those are the only men with this open schedule that y'all are talking about. Because even if it was athletes, rappers, those men still got schedules too. They still got shows, they still got games, they still got practice. So the only type of man who could have this schedule open the way you're talking about gotta be drug dealers and scammers.
On God. On everything. Yeah, you gotta understand, like, I keep quoting stuff, but one of my favorite things I ever heard, it was crazy. She mentioned dope dealers and scammers. A dope dealer actually told me this, or an ex-dope dealer actually. An ex-dope dealer once told me, he said, women must understand that they either gonna have a busy dude or a broke dude. Now he said it a little bit more, in a different way, but I don't want to get, flagged or whatever. But that's true. If you are busy, many women are coming into the dating market and they think that they think that these men, and it's social media. Social media shows you these guys who have all these tons of time, and what they don't show you is all the time they have to put in to have that free time. I know the world likes to try to preach this. Oh, nah, we shouldn't work 2 weeks, and we shouldn't work all this for 2 weeks of vacation. And I agree, you shouldn't. But also, y'all must understand. If I'm making $250,000 a year, if I'm making $500,000 a year, if I'm making $750,000 a year, if I'm making $150,000 a year, you gotta realize that you don't just make that sitting at home in most cases. You have to have and even if you are sitting at home, you're usually busy the whole time. So for these people who think that this world exists because you see these TikTokers and these YouTubers who, you know, was able to get out and were able to make it and were able to blow up, that's cool. But most people don't have that opportunity, and y'all need to be a little bit more realistic instead of thinking, oh, well, I want somebody who can be here who can be available all the time. I mean, actors, everybody, entertainers, athletes, as she said, like, if you get a man who is at the top of his game and who is making the kind of money he wants to make, he is busy. He is very busy. And if y'all think that these guys are just sitting around waiting on y'all, y'all are sorely mistaken. Sorely mistaken. Continuing on.
I think women get disappointed by their own expectations.
True.
And I think women's expectations are quite deluded. If we're talking this, I think it's like you get. I've known a few women who have said, "Oh, I wanted this guy, and I got with him, but he was too nice." I said, "But you said you wanted a nice guy." Yeah, but he was too. What the? Does too nice mean? What do you mean? What do you mean? He was just a bit boring. He was just a bit squared. He didn't have any like edge to him. It's like. That is why when women go for these quote-unquote dogs, they have that excitement. They have that spice to them. They have that edge to them. And then when that man acts the way he's supposed to act as that type of guy, you get disappointed. Like, he's a dog. It's like, no, well, you picked him. You picked him because you saw that edge in him.
I agree with that. Yeah, I think there's like extreme. There's like the too sweet guy, and then there's like the one player, the excitement. There's like, I never met a guy that has both. I met a guy that is very sweet, that was my 7-year relationship, my ex. Then I met another guy for a year and a half, and he gave me all that excitement and good trauma.
Right. Right.
This is not me normal.
So why did you? So with this, so the 7-year guy, what was bad about that? Like, what was bad about that relationship?
He's a great guy, like when it comes to heart, like he's a great human, you know, he has a good heart. I just feel like he would make me jealous on purpose, like he could have lived me every life, you know, I was like, I feel like he was totally secure, and that's your problem, and if you're going to talk about it,
whatever, man. The other dude blew your back out and had you going crazy, had you acting like Baki's mama.
You know, if you got triggered, don't put it on me. So yeah, he was making me jealous, and then on my birthday, for example, I actually got traumatized because, honestly, so he was next to me, and a girl was next to him, and he was talking to her. I don't mind, or cool, if something you want. But then he was putting
Sounded like you minded.
Sounded
like you didn't mind.
Because that's what I'm telling you right now, is because he was talking to her, and he was putting his hand on her leg, and it was like glue on his hand. He didn't just touch and, you know, off. He just let his hand there, like, and glue for 5 minutes. And then I pinched myself. And on my birthday, I just felt like, what the fuck? You know? Sorry.
Huh? I'm kind of confused.
I didn't mean to tell that story like that.
But yeah. Anyway.
Okay, so that kind of confused me. I'm sorry. That got kind of confusing. She kind of rambled on. So it seems like what she was explaining was, that's the end of the video, anyways. It seems like what she was explaining was the guy that she was with. Like, she was with a nice guy, and he was really nice, and he did everything for her, but it was boring to her. So she got with a guy who was a little bit more toxic and ended up getting her heart broken, which is why I think she started crying, because I think she started realizing that she was just an option to a guy who she was like, oh, I want a guy with the edge, I want a guy who's a little bit toxic. And that's typically what happens. And unfortunately, a lot of the situation is the current dating market creates men like that. Most guys typically, I've said this, I have a podcast, obviously, if you've ever watched it, but I said guys typically go one or two things. They're either pimp, and then they go pimp, simp, and then back to pimp, or they go simp to pimp. So typically most dogs are created by the fact that most women are treating a lot of men like crap, and they treat good guys like crap, and then those good guys get tired of dealing with them. And those good guys say, oh, okay, well, all right, well, I was too nice. Okay, well, I'm gonna start being a dog, and then y'all mess that guy up, and then what that does is it creates this constant kind of, I guess, kind of this treadmill of just problems where, you know, good dudes end up treating, you know, good dudes treat crazy women, or good dudes treat women, you know, good, and then that woman says, oh, well, I want to try the other side, and they try the other side, and that guy gets heartbroken, so then that guy becomes a dog, and then he gets a good girl, and then it just creates this just constant. So sometimes, I mean, unfortunately, in the words of Big Sean, the grass ain't always green on the other side. It's green where you water it, and if you don't realize that, it's always going to be a problem. So unfortunately, y'all need to start choosing better, because y'all choose, like he said, y'all choose crappy dudes, and then y'all get mad that y'all have crappy outcomes and crappy situations. And I'm sorry, I mean, you can't order something and then get mad that, you know, it's not like a restaurant. You can't order something and then get mad that it came out and you didn't like it. You know, it's kind of like, well, you ordered that, you got to eat that. And it goes both ways, you know, for guys who choose, you know, girls who drag them. You know, we see how Brittany Renner, you know, does PJ Washington and whatnot. But yeah, I mean, you gotta be more careful on what you choose, you know. So that's the end of the video. Yeah, we'll go ahead and end it there. But yeah. So let me know what y'all think. Like I said, I'm changing some things up, trying to make it better, trying to get more engagement and whatnot. So if y'all catch this, let me know what you think. If you like it, cool. If you don't, cool, that's fine, I get it. Yeah, thank y'all for tuning in, thank y'all for checking it out, and it's your boy Drew Dash signing out.